in the hope that they'll come up smelling just as sweet. But it's difficult to smell sweet after you've crawled through raw sewage. I was in insurance before the war, claims assessment. What were you in?
College.
Oh. And when all this is over?
I'd like to teach history.
Oh, history. Oh, you need a good memory for history, don't you? I mean, all those dates and battles. Your memory good?
Not bad.
Ah, me, I've got a terrific memory. I've been examined by psychologists. Because of my memory, nothing else. Yeah, I've got what they call total recall. I remember everything. It's a curse. Yeah, curse, believe me. But I'm bad at names. The shrinks call it selective. To tell you the truth, my recall's not total, but it's pretty good. Yeah, insurance. I was trained by a guy called Lou O'Donnell. He was kind of a Jimmy Cagney type. You know, pushy, smart, persistent. Oh boy, was he persistent. And Lou always told me to look out for what he called repetitive evidence. Because 99 times out of 100, it covers a conspiracy to defraud. You think a whole orchestra, what, 120 or so guys could be orchestrated?
I don't know. I guess it's possible.
Me too. I guess it's possible. Okay, Emmy, bring in Mr. Rhodes. No, sit there. Now, remember, I do the talking. Just the two questions, then we wait. You'll see.
Mr. Helmut Roth.
Sit down, Helen. I want you to understand why you're here. This is a preliminary investigation into Wilhelm Furtwängler, the former Prussian Privy Councillor who's been banned from public life under Control Council Directive number 24. And he's applied to come before the Tribunal of Artists of the Denazification Commission. What we're interested in is what he was up to between 1933 and the end of the war. Understood?
Yes.
I have your questionnaire here. Helmut Alfred Rode, second violinist, Berlin Philharmonic Orchestra from 1935. What's it mean, second violinist?
It means I wasn't good enough to be first violinist. Mind you, you have to be pretty good to be second violinist in the Berlin Philharmonic, even though I say so myself.
And according to your questionnaire, you never joined the party.
Me? Never. Never. I hated him, but believe me, please. I know. Now everyone says they were never Nazis. But in my case, it is absolutely 100% true. I'm a Catholic, a convert. It would have been totally against my conscience. It's difficult to explain what it was like. Terrified. That's what you felt, from morning to night. Even asleep you felt terrified. In the early days, of course, we were much more open in opposition. I'm talking about 33, 34. When I think back on the things I said, I shudder. My God, I used to tell jokes. Anti-Hitler jokes. I was well known for my anti-Hitler jokes. For example, this joke, it was very famous around 33, 34. Two old Jews. One says to the other, I have two bits of news for you. One good, one bad. Tell me the good news first. Hitler's dead. Ah, and the bad news? It isn't true. But That's the sort of joke I used to tell. You want to know about Dr. Furtwängler. He is without a doubt one of the most courageous people it has been my honor to know. We all acknowledge he is a god among musicians. My humble second violinist opinion, the greatest conductor alive. True, I have not played under Arturo Toscanini, but I have heard his recordings, and the emotion is not the same. Toscanini is a metronome. Dr. Furtwängler is an artist. No, Wilhelm Furtwängler is unquestionably a genius without equal. Is it true you're going to interview him today? Berlin is so full of rumors. I heard, you hear things all the time. If rumors were edible, we'd all be well fed. If I may say so, I hope you see to it that he is properly guarded. There are so many crazy people about. He gave comfort in terrible times. What man can do more? Here's something that may interest you. On a famous occasion, I think it was the second Winter Assistance Charity Program, an old Beethoven concert. This was in 1935. It was suddenly announced that Hitler himself was going to attend. You can imagine, the maestro was outraged. You know how angry he was? He ripped the wooden covering off the radiator in his dressing room. That's how angry he was. Because what could he do? He couldn't tell Hitler not to attend. You see, the problem was the Nazi salute. He absolutely refused to give it. Now, this I heard him say with my own ears. I heard him say, I don't have to acknowledge him at all. Over and over again, I heard him say that. But how could he avoid giving Hitler a salute with Satan himself actually present in the audience? You know who came up with the solution? I said, Maestro, why not enter with the baton in your right hand? Hitler will be sitting in the front row. If you give the salute with the baton in your hand, it'll look like you're going to poke his eyes out. He was really grateful to me for that suggestion. He came onto the podium, baton in his right hand, which meant he couldn't give the salute. He just bowed quickly, turned immediately to us. And even while the audience was still applauding, he gave the signal to begin. I tell you in confidence, after that concert, I did something disreputable. I stole that baton as a memento of a great act of courage. I still have it. I should have bought it to show you. Mind you, it was always a joke in the orchestra, the maestro's baton. He has a very eccentric technique. He waves. He sways. He jiggles. God knows when you're meant to come in. His downbeat was always the subject of jokes. Other musicians used to ask us, how do you know when to play the first chord of the eroica? When his baton reaches the third stud on his shirt, we'd say. Or, how do you know when to start the semi-quavers at the beginning of the night? We used to tell them, the moment the maestro enters, we all walk around our chairs 3 times. Sit down, count to 10, and play. Or, when we lose patience. Yet, he can produce musical sounds like no other human being alive. I hope I'm not going too fast for you, Fräulein
Straub.
Straub. any relation